Hi there. So, today I want to talk about fear and the control that it has had over my life for the last 6 months. In particular, my creative output for the last 6 months or so. It's actually been longer than that, but this is the most recent kind of experience that I've had with crippling fear. And yeah, so this started when I left my full-time job earlier this year. I knew that I wanted to pursue a more self-determined career path with a lot of flexibility in my schedule, and just filled with like a lot of space for rest and just like allowing myself to be a human. I graduated college into the pandemic 5 years ago almost. And the last 4 years I've spent trying to make myself fit into spaces that clearly were not meant for me. I worked in nonprofit spaces for a long time. And just found the work to be very compromising to my mental health, my overall well-being. And I can talk more about that. But what I want to talk about right now is the influence that fear has played on my creative life. I purchased this microphone, this Blue Yeti microphone, probably about a year and a half into the pandemic. I'd always wanted to start a podcast. This is even before the podcast boom, really. I'd always wanted to start one. I love radio. I grew up on radio and talk radio. And I'd started my YouTube channel, like 6 or 7 years before, so it felt natural. And I'd always been told that that was something that I'd be good at. But for whatever reason, I just didn't feel confident in myself, even though I knew that it was something that I really wanted to do and really could find a lot of joy in. I just didn't. And even as I sit here right now, I am getting like not chills, but just that sense of rightness that you feel when you're doing something that you know you're supposed to be doing, and that you've been putting off for a really long time. And yeah, over the last several months, it's become very clear to me that fear is the number one reason why so many of us don't do the things that we're called to do. Fear of being seen, in particular, I have that fear. It's a very deep-seated fear within me of being seen. I have a fear of not being good enough. I have a fear of being seen trying to do something that a lot of people have tried to do and failed at, or that a lot of people have tried to do and succeeded at. And just the unknown. I think being in the unknown in a new endeavor, a new creative endeavor, is always kind of a little bit scary. But I've realized lately that the fear is just a excuse. It's another form of procrastination for me. But just because you're afraid of something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. And I've repeated a mantra in my head for years. Find what scares you and run towards it. I think that that's so important because confronting the thing that you have been terrified of for so long removes some of the power from that thing. So, this is me running towards my deepest fears of being seen, of being perceived. I love to be looked at. I love wearing cute clothes and having cute hair and, you know, being seen in glimpses. But to actually be seen, trying to be seen in my in the fullness of my creativity, I just feel this overwhelming sense of like, oh God, like, what are people gonna say? I don't know. There's really not a purpose or a point to this video other than I've been so scared. And I just kind of am like, okay, girl, like, and that doesn't mean you don't do it. So this is me doing it. This is me putting something out there that's like very unfinished and I'm rambling and it probably is not making a whole lot of sense, but that I know is necessary. It's a necessary first step for me just to get out of my own way. So, yeah, hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll be recording stuff like this pretty regularly, and probably posting some yoga content and some other random stuff that I want to post about. And Nyla will probably be here with me. This is Nyla. I love her. She's my emotional support animal. I wonder if you can hear her breathing. Hold on. So, anyway, welcome. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening if you're still here. And I will see you soon. Peace.